Hello, Dave Kenworthy here. It's the 21st of the 1st, 2022. I want to try and keep this video as short as possible. And I'm looking at a book that I've recently purchased by Crichton. I hope that's the correct presentation, E.M.Miller. And this book is fairly well known. I think Crichton sold a lot of copies of it when it was first published in I think it was 2001. Yes. And it's fairly well known, I believe, and it's about a tool that was found in the Giza Great Pyramid and ended up in Aberdeen University. Crichton's written a book about how this tool would have worked and how the megalithic sites would have been positioned with accuracy on the landscape relative to each other. And it's exactly what we need to explain the eclipse line in my very first video of this series of videos. Now, on page 261 of his book, Crichton makes a suggestion as to what these people were using for the equatorial circumference, and he suggests it was against a solar year of 365.2 days, and to work out the Earth's circumference against that you multiply it by 1,000 and then 360. And you get 24900 miles as the circumference of the Earth. Now, my theory is that that's correct, but that's not the full circumference that they were working with. They were working with 25,000 miles as the top of the scale, and that's base 100. That's my theory. Now, Crichton comes up with something else on page 286 of his book, which is absolutely astonishing. And there's no one really that's been able to assess what Crichton's saying, because there's been no system around. Until I developed mine, there's been no system around to check exactly what Crichton's saying. And now there is, we can look at what this means. Because if I go to page 286, he says, divide the Earth into 62832 lines of latitude and longitude, each division being a slice of pie, pardon the pun. Now, he's suggesting that 62832 000 sacred cubits of 25 inches, imperial inches, make the Earth's circumference. Absolutely brilliant. So let's have a look at what that is. I've got to read it again because I can't remember. 62832 times 25. 15708,000,000 imperial inches. We're going to divide that by 12. We get 1309 00000. It's there. But I've reached that using this system here that Crichton has already told us about. And the way I've done it is I've taken what I suggest is the number of solar days in the base 100 Giza base, and I've divided it by 120 and multiplied it by 119. And The reason for that is because my first paper that I wrote about the work of Norman Wildberger and his work on the Babylonian clay tablet, Plimpton 322. That is the ratio of the first two numbers. 120 is implied and 119 is the first line. And that gives us 363,6111 recurring solar days, and we multiply that out and we get this 1309 here that we've just been through, that absolutely agrees Crichton's suggestion as the circumference that they were working to. When we divide that by 5280, we get this 24791,666. When we divide that number there by 17.6, we get the cubit. And when we multiply the cubit in the new metrology by 1200, we get the Earth's circumference, and it's the same. That multiplied by 1200 is the same as that using this method. There's no difference. And I derive that method from John Michel's Canon of Ancient Measure, which that is. Now, when we take that away from 25,000, which is my suggested standardized great circle that the Earth's circumference is derived against by taking 100 miles off it, we get this 20.833, the base 100 cubit that I've been talking about. And Crichton's cubit, that's in inches, the golden cubit. Crichton's 25 divided by 12 is 2.08333. So we're on the same page here. There's no doubt about this. But what it says at the top is Academia 2, reconciling the findings of Thom, Berriman and Crichton E.M.Miller to the base 100 Giza pyramid design. Well, we've done that, but we've not reconciled Thom and Berriman. And we can do it in one place. We can do it in this cell here. And all we need to do is divide this number here that's in Crichton's analysis, the number of feet in the Earth's circumference. We divide it by Thom's Aubrey circle, but we're multiplying it by 100 because we're saying there's 100 units in a foot. So we're going to divide that by 89760. And what we will find when we do that is that we're going to hit Berriman's Egyptian Riemann of 14.58333 imperial inches. So we go plus that divided by 89760, and hey presto, Berriman's Royal Egyptian, not cubit, Riemann, Royal Egyptian Riemann. That's 100 Riemanns. We divide that a Riemann by 20 and we get the digit. So absolutely everything is stacking up on this number. Thom, Berriman, Crichton and myself, we're all hanging on this number here. And it's almost impossible that this could be anything other than by deliberate design, and that Crichton's got it right, I've got it right, Thom's got it right, and Berriman's got it right. And the base 100 Giza pyramid design is 365.2 multiplied by the unit that is derived from an extra 100 miles. 365.2 is giving us 24900, and that unit is in my book called Stonehenge the Eclipse, and it's the eclipse unit. And the eclipse unit is always found in a 22/7 circle. So we've got 22, 7, and when we take 22, when we take 7 from 22, we get 15, and we divide that, we always get 1.466 in any 22/7 circle. So at Stonehenge, we've got 897.6. So that's the diameter, 285.6. Take those off each other. Oops, that's right, let's take them away. Sorry, that was division. We divide 612 into 897. It's always there in a 22/7 circle. That's the eclipse unit. If you want to learn how to predict an eclipse, you need to know what that number is. And it's in every circle that's got 22/7 in it. And that's what these people were doing. They were predicting eclipses and designing their monuments against eclipse prediction, as well as all the other things that Crichton's telling us about, and that Berriman's telling us about, and Alexander Thom's telling us about. What Alexander Thom said he said, these people were conducting a scientific experiment to determine the moon's motion, and they were looking for the wobble in the moon's motion that happened, it preceded an eclipse. When the sun, the moon, and the earth line up for an eclipse to happen, there's a very slight change in the gravitational effect that makes the moon wobble. And these people were discovering that, and they understood it, and they understood the mathematics of it. And the mathematics is all in 22/7. And that's why 22/7 supersedes the modern version of pi in their mathematics. And if we look at it, if we multiply it by 9996 and divide it by 1000, we get Crichton's version of the system. That's it for now. So much to think about there. So many proofs going on. So much that's interwoven of the metrology of different people all coming together in this analysis. So thank you for now.